Dear colleagues, I'm pleased and privileged to be among you as a participant in the 7th International Conference on Languages, Linguistics, Translation and Literature. I hope my presentation, entitled Feminism, a Movement Against Femininity and Masculinity, will add value and insight to the conference. Thank you. My presentation is about feminism, a movement against femininity and masculinity. Introduction. As far as I know, many voices express their opposition to feminism, but a few of them criticize it at the level it merits. My presentation describes in detail how feminism sows the seeds of hatred and discrimination between men and women, so that neither the former nor the latter can dominate. More than that, this presentation includes some evidence that indicates that feminism was never about equality. The reality is that feminism does not just victimize men, but it also victimizes women, children, families, and communities. I hope this presentation will make you aware of the dangers of feminism. Feminism and its tactics. Before discussing feminist wrongs and hypocrisies, let's first discuss in brief the role propaganda plays in spreading feminism. The role of propaganda in spreading feminism. Propaganda plays an important role in spreading ideology, no matter what the ideology is: feminism, white supremacy, democracy, or any other ideology. Propaganda, what is it about? According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, propaganda refers to the spreading of ideas, information, or rumor for the purpose of helping or injuring an institution, a cause, or a person. Ideas, facts, or allegations spread deliberately to further one's cause, or to damage an opposing cause. Also, a public action having such an effect. Also, Oxford Online Dictionary defines propaganda as follows: information, especially of biased or misleading nature, used to promote a political cause or point of view. Throughout history, no issue, whether it is political, social, economic, or religious, can be debated or discussed in public without the help of propaganda. Technically speaking, this presentation is a sort of propaganda based on the above definitions. So I'm making use of this presentation to spread the facts and shed light on the wrongs of feminist ideology, while offering commentary to educate and empower those who oppose the misguided hypocrisy feminist ideology advocates. In addition to this, no lively debate or exchange of ideas about feminism can be possible without taking into account the role genocentrism can play within feminism. Merriam-Webster perceives genocentrism as the following: dominated by or emphasizing feminine interests or a feminine point of view. Furthermore, Urban Dictionary offers a detailed explanation of genocentrism. The dictionary views genocentrism as follows: always putting the woman first, even if it is to the detriment of others, often results in female supremacy. Man 1. You should always pay your women's bills. Man 2. But aren't men and women equal? Shouldn't she pay her own bills? Man 1. Oh yes, that was stupid of me. The genocentrism in our culture prevents me from thinking logically at times. I apologize. Finally, we need to explain what misandry is, because its role is very essential and feminist ideology cannot do without it. Merriam-Webster defines it simply as a hatred of man. Misandry can be seen clearly in sexual discrimination, denigration of men, violence against men, and sexual objectification of man. Feminism in today's culture. In today's culture, man must bear in mind that to be a feminist means to be a proponent of genocentrism and misandry. So, in today's culture, feminism has nothing to do with equality. It has to do with feminist supremacy. In today's culture, feminism denies both femininity and masculinity, as well as norms and values of the society both genders belong to. In today's culture, feminists are working hard on the idea of disassembling the patriarchal structure so that women become more privileged than men. In today's culture, men and women have to bear the consequences of the feminist hypocrisy. The consequences of the feminist hypocrisy. Feminism hypocrisy resulted in number one, rebellion against marriage. Culturally speaking, marriage used to be a better place for men and women. In today's culture, the institution of marriage is seen as a form of slavery. Number two, rebellion against social values. Feminists began as a rebellion against social values that are seen as the root causes of their mischief and misery. Number three, rebellion against femininity. Today's women reject their traditional role, such as cooking, washing the dishes, washing the clothes, cleaning the house, feeding and educating the children, etc., because it makes no financial benefits. Today's women like working outside to make money, to be financially independent of the husbands. Number four, rebellion against masculinity. Men used to go to work. After work, they have dinner and take a rest. At home, men act as kings in the castles. In today's culture, men work all day, come home to cook or wash the dishes, act as unpaid bodyguard and home repairman, pay for the most of the bills, help with the kids, and for all his efforts, be denigrated by the wife and society. If ever he does fight back, he pays the child support, gets half or more of his stuff taken, and has to leave the house, and he might even obtain a restriction order, or worse, be accused of child or domestic abuse. Now let's conclude. Feminists must bear in mind that men and women are no more than two sides of the same coin. Each side exhibits its own characteristics that are different from those of the other side. So, feminists must not play on the court of patriarchy or matriarchy to destabilize the society. Also, feminists must bear in mind that men and women have different roles to play in society. The roles they tend to play are supposedly different but basically determined by the criteria of the society they live in. These criteria are deeply rooted in culture, religion, and gender. Neither misandry nor misogyny can disintegrate the society. So any attempt to deny them will result in self-denial and hypocrisy. Thanks for your attention.